Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, dear students. I am Huzaifa Saifuddin, your favorite teacher on your favorite maths channel. Basically, we describe maths in a very simplest, in the easiest way possible. So, just watch our every video till the end, so that you can grasp and get every concept of mathematics. So, we request you to subscribe, like, and share our channel. Okay, right now we did chapter 1 of quadratics, graphs, curves and everything. You can see in our previous video, and today we are starting chapter 2, functions and transformation. Okay, right now we have some definitions of the functions: mapping, domain. What do you mean by mapping? Range, domain. This belongs to notation, and a lot of more to come. Mapping. First of all, mapping means relation between two sets of numbers. Basically, relation is a relation. You can also say, or you can understand, it is like a connection. If you have some connection between input and output values, if you connect input and output values, you will say that it is a mapping. It is mapping. Okay, you are doing mapping. The set of two numbers. The set of two numbers may be domain and range. Domain and range basically are set of numbers. Like domain can be 1, 2, 3. Range can also be some set of numbers. Okay, domain, in other words, we can also have domain in other words as input, and the range we can also term as output. Okay, domain, as we know that these are domain are always the input values or the set of input. It is called domain. Range, again I am repeating only, it is the output values or the range. Okay, now this when you determine domain, basically you will see this domain or range, whatever it may be, you will see this sign. Okay, this very sign, it means that this sign we say as member or belong to. You will pronounce this sign as x belongs to real numbers. R is for real numbers. X belongs to, x can be any set of numbers. Okay, we will see later on. Just think that it is a variable. Okay, just think that it is a variable, contains different numbers. X belongs to real numbers, or we can say x is a member of real numbers. So you will read the whole term as, it means that x is a member or belongs to the real numbers. Okay, now moving onwards to okay, right now what is function? Mapping of every element or input values. Okay, mapping or connecting. Mapping means connecting. We have discussed connection, to make connection. Mapping means to make a connection of input values with the output values. Input values we say as domain. And the output values we say as range or the y values. Suppose that if you have this function, for example, is defined as 2x plus 1. Let it may be any example. Okay, I am taking just a random example. For this function, if you place here x equal to minus 2, this is the input value or the domain. Okay, this is the input value or the domain. Here you place x equal to minus 2. So in place of every x you will get minus 2. Here replace x with minus 2. Here also replace x with minus 2. The plus 1 remains in. So minus 4 plus 1 becomes minus 3. This is the output value or the range. Okay, so function is like, for each and every domain, for each and every input value, you will get some output or the range. Okay, function. Now the function is of some types. Okay, function we will discuss here are mainly one-to-one and many-to-one. Okay, first we will discuss that what are functions, and for the later purpose we will discuss that what are not the functions. Okay, right now this is one-to-one. One-to-one means for every domain, for every domain there is a connection with one element of range. Okay, it means that minus 2 is the domain element or the x input value. It has one y value. Okay, similarly the minus 1 is also because here if you place one question arises here, that sir, how you are getting for minus 2, how you are getting minus 3, and for minus 1 input value how you are getting minus 1, because we have this function insert minus 2 here. Similar, we have inserted on the top, you see minus 2, the output value was minus 3. Here the function is same for this domain and range value. For both of these the function is same. So here if you place -2, you will get output value -3, because -4 plus 1 becomes -3. Again you place here -1, f -1, so 2 -1 plus 1, here becomes -2 plus 1, here again you get -1. Okay, so similarly for this very function, the function is same for these two input values. Here you place -1, you will get -1. Okay, so it means that 1 to 1 means 1 to 1 connection, 1 to 1 correspondence. For this input value, for this value you will get the one output value. For this input value you will get only one output value. This is 1 to 1 connection. And many to 1 connection means that every element in domain is mapped onto exactly one element in range, but some range in element have identical domain. I am just reading this and I will explain. We say this is many to 1. It means that some element have 1 to 1. Okay, this is, you say that, you see that, you just observe that for this input value we have 4. The function is, we have x square. Again you will say that sir, how 1 and 4 are coming? This function is x square. So here if you place 2 square becomes 4. Okay, if you insert here the input 2, it becomes 4. But right now the x square is the function. Here if -1, if you insert -1, you will get +1. Okay, again for +1 also, if you insert +1, you will again get +1. It means for both of these input values you will getting the same output. Here you have seen, you have just you just note down this word, that for some range element you have identical domain. It means that for some range element you have the same for some I have there is something wrong, for some domain element, you have identical range. Okay, you have, it means for some input values you have the identical range. Okay, for some domain element you have the identical range. For -1 and +1 both input values you have +1. Okay, thank you.